Do you want to play a game, Sydney? Your goal is to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and the like button, or I'll come for you. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we are taking a look at another video. Yesterday we took a look at Scream 1, today we're taking a look at Scream 2, and tomorrow we're taking a look at Scream 3, because we are taking a look at all the Screams for this Halloween. Yes, last Halloween we didn't take a look at enough scary movies in my opinion, so I want to take a look at a lot more this Halloween. I have planned out what movies I want to do for this Halloween, and I'm very excited to get through them. We're taking a look at all the Screams, all the Saws, and all the Final Destinations, because I think they're the most prominent ones. But next Halloween we'll obviously take a look at some more of the classics and some of the remakes. But without any further delay, I think we should go over to Google, see what they have to say about Scream 2, which, you know, isn't as good as the original in my opinion. But yeah, Scream 2 came out in 1997, 1 year after the last one. They were on some other smoke back in the day. They were pumping out these horror movies left, right, and fucking center. But this is a 2-hour movie, which is very strange. We didn't really get 2-hour-long movies back then. I'm gonna be honest, that's like a more of a modern day thing. So you know what? Scream was ahead of its time. It's a horror mystery, and it has a 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb, and 82% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 4.4 out of 5 on Amazon. A lot of different ratings, a lot of different references compared to the first one. Rotten Tomatoes thinks it's higher, while the other two think it's lower. Sydney is in college, once again finds herself a target of the psychotic killer. However, this time, the killer's murder count is higher, and the kills are more outrageous. You can watch this on YouTube, Amazon Prime, Google Play, Google Store, and also Paramount Plus. So, the story of this one is Sydney's in college. Ghostface is back this time, but on a college campus. So it's a different setting than the first one. And we have Randy dying this time as well, unfortunately getting dragged into the back of the van. They know what's happened last time. They're trying to get like the police involved earlier this time and trying to work with the police, setting themselves up as bait, setting themselves up as traps. And I do believe in this one, they did make a movie based on the Gale Weathers book, about the original movie, and they called it Stab. So now this movie has a movie in the movie universe, which I think is some really weirdception. And Randy is taking a film course, and again, he's giving all the information that he could possibly need to basically be like, right, guess what? You know, we're here, everybody's dying, you know, like they're following the horror movie tropes as per usual, stick to the plan. Gale Weathers comes back, obviously, to report it all. Dewey comes back, obviously, to be the detective, the stupid detective that saves the day. Sydney is then, you know, isolated because all of her friends have been murdered, have been picked off, have been killed, so she is left alone yet again, and, this time, when they come to the theater place at the end, when they work out who this killer is after running through the school being chased by Ghostface, it turns out that there's two Ghostfaces. One of them is Billy Loomis's mother, who is upset with Sydney because Sydney killed her darling son, and that is her motive. She also has an assistant, like an apprentice, but I didn't really give a fuck about him, I'm gonna be honest. He wasn't like the biggest shock, and I'm gonna be honest, I was upset with this one, because Billy Loomis's mum wasn't in this movie. Like, she was barely here. Like, she wasn't a prominent enough character to be able to guess who the Scream was. Like in the first one, it was two characters that we followed from the beginning, so I was trying to pick out a character of who I thought would be Ghostface this time around, but obviously couldn't do that this time, because guess fucking what? They're not fucking here. There was fucking no one. She wasn't here. She wasn't here from the get-go. So I feel like this one is already less prominent than the first, because we didn't get that like character connection, that sort of time to guess, the enough screen time with the whole cast to balance it out and basically just get our predictions in of who we think is the killer. And Billy's mum, really? Your son is a psychopath and you think it's okay? You think that's fine? You think, you know, you can just go in and like say that that you're upset with, like, he was trying to kill Sydney, why are you on his side? And we do see this a lot in real life, actually, especially with like boys who do something like wrong in a relationship, and then the mum auto takes the like
guy's side. It's like, yeah, we know it's his son, but like acknowledge that they've done something fucking bad. Acknowledge that they fucked up and like made a mistake. It is. I don't know. I see it a lot on TikTok, and a lot of people do complain about it. Never experienced it myself, but like, it is a common trope where it's like, oh, the boy's mum will like obviously take the side of the boy, even though they've done something wrong, and we see that very prominently in this movie with the mum saying, "Dog, he was just misunderstood. Like, you didn't need to kill him. Like, he's my darling baby boy. And like, so what if he tried to kill you? I'm gonna kill you." And you can kind of see where Billy got it from. Not gonna lie, you can definitely see why Billy was as fucked up as he was, just because of how she's acting and how she's going about this. She's not dealing with it in a very mature or adult way. She's going about it. I know everybody grieves in a different way, but like, damn, really? We're going to serial killer route? We're going to kill all of her friends just to get to her, just so that we can kill her because she killed your darling baby boy? That kind of feels off to me. That kind of feels wrong and bad and not okay. But you do you, boo. If you feel like that's going to get you through it, like, I can't really stop you because this is a movie. And I don't know, it just felt very lackluster compared to the first one. And I think that they did learn from this one, because with the third one, the killer does become someone that we are like familiar with, that we do get to know towards the start of the movie. So I do actually like how they experimented a little bit, and with this one, they got to try and experiment, and they saw what was wrong, what they did wrong, and they got to fix it, make it better, and actually, change their ways, which we don't actually get to see a lot of with movie franchises, but obviously these guys learn from their mistakes, learn from what didn't work, and put it into action, and change it up for the next one, which I'm greatly appreciative of. I really do like that. I think that's really, really good, and more movie franchises should be like that, in my opinion, but unfortunately, we don't always get that. There is a lot of famous faces in this one as well, like Sabretooth from the X-Men Wolverine Origins movie, which I was not expecting to see here, but he's a welcome face nonetheless. I did enjoy his presence, and I thought his character was quite cool. Again, all of the signs were leading to him being the killer, but he was just a red herring character, and that's what I like about this. Like, there's characters which seem suspicious and try and get your, like, attention to, like, so you pin the blame on them, but it's actually not. They were just coincidentally in that situation at the wrong time. So again, I love the mystery about these movies. These movies are so fucking good with like how they're like set up and who the killer actually is. They're so cleverly written, and again with this one, the story's a little less interesting than the first one, like with it being like another Ghostface. Again, I know Ghostface is in all of them, and that shit doesn't actually get repetitive as much as I thought it would. I'm gonna be honest, like, I still like Ghostface. I think he's really cool and really interesting, but it is what it is. And Billy Loomis's mother is here. That's still upsetting, because when I watch the Scream movies, I play a guessing game where I try and guess the killer before they arrive, and unfortunately, I didn't get this one right. I did not get this one right, so I'm a little salty. I'm a little upset, because again, we didn't get to familiarize ourselves with the killers in this one as much as we did in the first one. So that's basically my biggest complaint. Story was a little lackluster. I know it says the murders are a little bit more outlandish and more sort of out there, but I don't really know. We've kind of seen better. We've seen worse from other movies. This one is nothing new. We do have a couple of close calls with Dewey as well, which I think is quite cool. Having some of the main characters get injured and show that not everybody is safe, and some of the old characters or some of like the fan favorites can actually die, especially with Andy or Randy here, with him going, because I know a lot of people liked him from the first one. And yeah, I like this one, especially with it being in a different location. It made it feel new, made it feel fresh, made it exciting. The music was still good. Ghostface is still as iconic as ever, using that same voice changer that Billy was using. It is just really good, and I did enjoy it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one. So I am going to give it a solid 7 out of 10, because I do have others which I do prefer over this one. So I am going to put it a little bit lower than what I would have put it if I hadn't seen the other ones. But because I've seen all of them, then, you know, I got to put this one at a solid 7 because it's just not as peak as the other ones. So this one is kind of one of the worst ones in my opinion, like second from bottom, and I'm still giving it a 7. So you know how good this franchise is in my opinion, just from this one movie. But I am going to be taking a look at the other 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the other 4 over the next couple of days. So I hope you do stick around to the channel and watch them all and have a grand old time with me as we do take a look at this franchise movie by movie, day by day. And by the end of the franchise, I would appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button, the like button, the notification bell to be notified every time that I do upload a video. Again, I do upload daily. I upload 5 times a day, 2 gaming videos, a media review, and then 2 other like just videos depending on how I'm feeling on that day. Sometimes it can be like product review content, sometimes it can be like a theory video, sometimes it's like a vlog. It's literally just another 2 videos for your entertainment of something that I've been up to during the week. And yeah, if you want a little bit more Tyler Price in your life, I do recommend you check out the link in the description of this video to see all my other stuff on all the other platforms, from TikTok, Reddit, Discord, Cameo, Instagram, Facebook. Everything that I do online is in that link tree for you to go and enjoy, to have a little bit more Tyler Price in your life, just in case that is something that you are interested in. But other than that, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.